one voice when it comes to ensuring that we grow trade within the region. Remember, the intra-regional trade is low, as we have heard from the speakers, and the goal is to grow this intra-regional trade to about 25%. And so the conversation is about how do we ensure that some of these bottlenecks that are facing African countries, such as the tariffs and non-tariffs barriers, we have seen a long custom clearance, we have seen issues to do with quota system. How do we ensure that these 21 member countries can sit at the same table and come up with solutions? And this is through digitization, which is the main theme of this 24th COMESA Summit, talking about digitization, leveraging on digitization to increase regional value chain, or rather to improve regional value chain, and also to deepen integration. And I'm joined here by one of the delegates who is attending the 18th Business Forum as we talk about what was said inside. Maybe you can share with us your name.
Yes.
And then you tell us what you've gotten from these 3 hours that you have been inside as we listen to various speakers talking about trade within the COMESA region.
So Tobias Alando is my name. I'm the CEO of Kenya Association of Manufacturers. So this event has brought together businesses from the 21 countries under COMESA. And it's focusing on how we can leverage digitalization to promote trade. COMESA presents us a huge market access opportunity for us to move our goods in and out of the COMESA countries. We are looking at over a GDP of over $800 million. We are looking at a population of about 600 million people. Already that shows you this is a huge market that we need to tap on. So we need to leverage on opportunity around technology. We need to leverage on opportunity around agriculture because we need to feed our nation. We need to feed our continent. We also need to leverage on opportunity around SMEs, promoting SMEs. But above all, we need to use and utilize opportunity on promoting manufacturing across the continent, particularly on the 21 African COMESA countries. Yes.
You sit at the center of manufacturing, you being the CEO of KM, looking at our manufacturing sector. Target is to grow by 20% by 2030. Can we leverage on COMESA to grow our exports?
Definitely we can leverage on COMESA. Like I say, this is a market of about 600 million people, and market access is a priority. Anyone investing in this country in the manufacturing sector is not only looking at the Kenyan market, the 50 million market, it's not only looking at the ESC market, is looking at a wider market, and COMESA presents that wider market that we want. So if we are able to access this market appropriately, then definitely we'll see a growth in the manufacturing sector because goods will be able to move from one trading block to another trading block.
Earlier on you mentioned SMEs, and one of the key things one of the speakers mentioned is the gap between the millions available in regional banks and the millions reaching SME is significant. So how can we ensure that access to finance from where you sit is available to the SMEs?
Yes, there's one of the major challenges, of course. Yes. Our push right now, particularly for the SME, is a single-digit interest rate. And we can and we should do all we can to ensure that we move to a single-digit interest rate so that SME can access the finances to expand their businesses. So there is opportunity and we need to support the SMEs as much as we can.
Okay. What of digital transformation in terms of delivering tangible benefits and also including cost reduction of post-harvest losses as well as improved trade documentation?
So technology is key for any business development, manufacturing development, and using digitization not only for processing financial transaction, but also for our industrialization and our technology is key right now. It's part of the competitiveness. For us to be competitive with our counterparts in other regions, we have to digitize most of our manufacturing process. We have to digitize most of the paying process. So digitization is the way to go, and we cannot be left behind as a nation or as a continent or as COMESA a citizen in terms of digitization. Yes.
Thank you, sir. That is the CEO of Kenya Association of Manufacturers talking to us about opportunities that exist in the manufacturing sector and also growing the manufacturing sector to 20%, which is one of the targets that we as a country have put forward to ensure that we grow this sector. And some of the issues that were discussed inside there was digital marketing, which will allow manufacturers to compete internationally without prohibitive there is physical presence cost and Internet of Things, or rather use of Internet Things to increase agricultural yield by 10 to 30% while reducing water usage by 20 to 40%. There is digital logistics as well that needs to be enhanced. The digital platforms reduce delivery time by 25%. We have had fuel consumption will be reduced by 15% if we are looking at digital logistics and financial inclusion initiatives such as mobile money and digital lending, which have reached to over 100 million previously unbanked Africans. There was also an issue of the agriculture sector, the horticulture sector, which employs about 70% of the population and contributes about 40% to the regional GDP. Yet food is often imported. So the question is, how do we ensure that regional integration and also trade facilitation is enhanced within the 21 member countries? Digital, of course, what the speakers are talking about is ensuring that we digitize our trade and digitize agriculture to offer solutions that are precise, as well as agricultural satellites, imagery, and drone technology. Companies like Apollo Agriculture in Kenya are providing smallholder farmers with tailored financing, insurance, and economic advice. So what are the future plans that some of these speakers have talked about that they need to commit to? They've talked about over the next 2 years, the forum will focus on boosting agricultural productivity through smart agriculture, breaking barriers in trade and investment, and enhancing trade through digital logistics. This is just in a nutshell what was said inside the ATN, the business, COMESA Business Forum that was happening earlier on in the day. There's also another session coming up after. But first, before that, I want to hand over to my colleague, Regina Manyara, to take us through some of the solutions that she has also listened to inside there in terms of making sure that we grow our manufacturing sector, we grow our agriculture sector, as well as ensure that digital connectivity is at the center of it all.
Thank you very much, Carol. Thank you for that particular executive summary. And so much has been hinged on policy, now just driving from policy declarations to digital